Wow, we got a plane going overhead first thing this morning. I grabbed Morris, that's why you don't see him. He's in the crate in the house, although if he's gonna cry too long, we'll move him to the garage. But the other cat's in the garage right now, so. Here's Tux. I'm trying to recover. That was, caused an adrenaline rush for me on, you know, I just finished my cup of coffee. I tried to drink it fast today to get up my courage. He didn't try to hurt me in any way. I just had to hold tight. Well, even though I think Morris is going to serenade us the entire way, we're going to bring him with us this morning. They're going to work him in. So I'll stop at the vet on the way back through town and drop him off. I'll wait if they have time, but I'll drop him off and go back and get him as soon as they say he's done. All right, we're loading up. Morris is in the back. Gonna drop him off at the vet on the way back through town because that timing for when they open is good. Well, Morris was pretty calm until right about now. Now he sounds not calm. Poor guy. Don and I have been messaging using Ruby, hands-free, to about a bicyclist in Chapel Hill that got doored and wasn't wearing a helmet. Happened to be riding an electric bike, but at 10 miles an hour, I don't feel like that was germane to the story, except for a little tidbit to throw in there for visibility. And wasn't wearing a helmet, hit their head, and I guess died 10 days later. So it must have been a really freakish hit at 10 miles an hour. Go to show you what they always say about, you know, any impact to the head is bad and you need to wear a bike helmet even at slow speeds for a few blocks. You know, even when you don't think you need it. But apparently Chapel Hill will now try to pass a law that it's the responsibility of the driver, and downtown Raleigh has that law, and municipalities in North Carolina are given the option to pass laws like that, but it's not a statewide law, that sort of thing. We were just talking about why Tesla doesn't check before opening the door to make sure that they don't feel like there's a person there. And I think we're at the level of camera detection now that we could probably catch it in a lot of instances. I wonder if we could really catch it in all instances, depending on the speed of the bike, the angle of the bike coming to the car, that kind of thing. But the problem is, if Tesla tries to implement a feature like that, which I certainly think they could try today to implement, then do they become liable if they miss 1 in 100? You know, can people go, oh, that's a great tool to assist me in looking in case that one time out of 100 I forget to look, or, you know, it's in my blind spot and the camera can see and I can't see? Will people be happy that the Tesla helped in so many situations, or will they only focus on the very small percentage where the car wasn't able to detect? Or will they stop looking for themselves because the car's looking instead? Or, you know, any other number of considerations. I guess since Elon's all about safety, I vote for, I think this is because of the bus up ahead, and there's a bus coming around on my left. I don't want to pull out in front of him. Oh well, we'll just wait. Now here comes a guy running the red light. Obviously I was already stopped, so why try to go through at that point? But as I was saying, you know, I would vote for let's do as much as we can, and if we miss a few, we miss a few as a driver assistance tool. But I also don't want to hear that Tesla's liable and, you know, didn't signal properly and stuff, so I can sort of see why they would not implement it. But Elon, being safety conscious, he'll have to decide what the right thing is for Tesla. There's a petition's too strong of a word, but there's a feeling by some Tesla drivers now that they are upset that their cameras are providing glare while using the blind spot protection feature, and they want Tesla under warranty to replace their cameras, or they want NHTSA to get involved and force a recall, one of the two. And I was like, well, how frequent, I mean, under what duress is Tesla to be compelled to replace older equipment with new equipment just because the equipment's better. The new equipment's better. I guess I don't see it as a safety issue. I see it as an annoyance issue. But it's hard to say. We'll see what happens with it. The last thing I want is any more talk about recalls. And I just don't think Tesla should have to replace old equipment with new equipment just because it's better. For the full self-driving cars where they promise to do anything required for FSD, sure. Well, that was a lot more congested coming down the city center than normal. I guess trash day doesn't help, and the timing with the buses was just off today. Yeah, I mean, Ruby's gonna get updated cameras, and I guess her blind spot detection function, the pictures that it shows, will look better. I think the whole dash cam pictures should look better. That was because we bought, you know, we bought EAP when we got Ruby, but we upgraded within a year to FSD, and one of the reasons was because we wanted what Elon promised, which was the new chip, which we got. Maybe not as quick as we wanted, but looking back on it, plenty quick. And you know, same thing with the cameras now. That's great, but Jules does not have the better cameras, and I'm certainly not expecting Elon to come and put better cameras in my car. If it does the full self-driving without doing it, fine, and if it doesn't, then I'm sure we'll be in line to get upgraded cameras, you know, because we bought FSD. But I just don't have my hand out expecting things. It just amazes me sometimes. I'm only going to be stopped here for just a few minutes. It's 7:26, and you know, I don't know if getting Morris to the vet sooner than later will give them time to look at him sooner than later, but it can't hurt, right? So I want to get him down there. They may move him to a kennel versus keeping him in the crate. I guess it depends on how long it's going to be. Only other thing I was going to add is, you know, it's just the Model Ys at some point being shipped have quote unquote better, I guess, headlights. I don't know if they're better. They're certainly fancier. They certainly do cool features. You know, with these camera thing, it's the same thing about the headlights. Just because Tesla changed what headlights they're putting on the car, does that mean that they should have to go back and retrofit all of the other vehicles sold that don't have the better headlights? I mean, it would be great if, you know, at not a lot of profit, but made whole on it, they were willing to replace your headlights and had a package to do that in conjunction with other service requests. I'm not going to say that, you know, I guess if they're going to make profit on it, then they can charge what they want to charge and schedule it sooner than later. But, you know, I guess there'd be a nice path for owners that are able and desire the upgraded headlights to put them on, right? But one of the considerations is the service impact. You know, I feel a little guilty, honestly, taking Ruby to the service center next week for the cameras because they're swamped, and they're swamped with people that have more urgent issues, and they're having, you know, like every other business right now, they're having trouble retaining qualified staff. And, you know, I would hate for them to put Ruby ahead of somebody that, you know, really needed something fixed on their car and needed their car to get to work or something. But I figure I could postpone it for a month and they'd still be just as busy. So I guess I'm going to go ahead with it. But I'm not doing it without having thought, like, I have an impact to others around me. I'm using some service hours. Do I really need to do that right now? It's like I said, it's not without some thought there of, is that the right thing for me, the right thing for Tesla, the right thing for my fellow owners? I've thought about that. But like I said, I don't think the service thing's going to be, it's not like if I postponed 4 to 8 weeks, things were going to be incredibly better and it would really help out. I'd just be having the same conversation is now an okay time again, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and go through with it, and hopefully it won't be an impact to others. And they are making me leave my car for the entire day. So hopefully they'll fit me in between other people that they've scheduled and that, you know, have a slightly more urgent need. Anyway, these are the things going through a Tesla fangirl's head this morning. Been a while since I pointed out the bolt. I see it every day. It's a really pretty color. I like the shape of it well enough. 'Cause, you know, I don't know if getting Morris to the vet sooner than later will give them time to look at him sooner than later, but I guess if they're going to make profit on it, then they can charge what they want to charge and schedule it sooner than later. So I guess I'm going to go ahead with it. But I'm not doing it without having thought, like, I have an impact to others around me. I'm using some service hours. Do I really need to do that right now? It's a really pretty color. I like the shape of it well enough. right, Morris is dropped off. They'll call me when he's ready for pickup. They're just going to fit him in, which I think is awesome that they're willing to do that. And I made Panther's appointment for March the 23rd. That's the day his shots are actually due. And Johnny says Tux has been sneezing, and we talked about it. It's probably nothing, but look for discharge, and if there is any, bring him in. So I think we're good for today, for now. Well, every time I come past this spot on Judd Parkway, I miss the trees over there on the right and the privacy that the people on the homes on the other side of those townhomes used to have, and just how close those townhomes are to the road, that I know that I would not want to have my second story window be overlooking the roadway. And I could go on, but I'm just not over it. I miss the deer that used to be over there in the morning, even though they would startle me from time to time, and I'm not pleased. You know, I understand progress and change and enhancements, and people need homes and all of this stuff. I get it, I understand. But the spare lots around town are leaving quickly, and it's just feeling less small town charm and more a suburb of Raleigh than I would like it to. I'm going to show you as I go around the corner toward the park, the environmental park, where there's a proposed plan to put in a church and a school. Now, I don't know if it's, you know, weekend school or full-time school, or if it's preschool only or K through 8. I think there were like 3 classroom buildings, but it's, you know, not nothing. And you know, I know places need, you know, places to go, but it's going to butt up right over here. It's going to affect me directly, and it's going to butt up right over here to South Park. And there was a post in the Fuquay, What's Up Fuquay Verena Facebook page about it. People not being pleased just because we don't want to see another buffer of tree zone taken away and more animals displaced and more congestion on our already overcrowded roads. And it's not this empty lot here on the corner. Don said this used to be a, I don't know, like a Piggly Wiggly or something used to be on this corner. It's a small store. Not there, but these trees right in front on the right, all the way between Southgate Village Apartments here and the Arnold Townhomes that they just put in. That's going to be where the church is going to go. And there's an entrance and an exit. You'll see there's these homes on the other side of the street. So there will be some traffic. It is supposed to connect up to the townhome community, I guess, and also have a trail connecting to the trail that Don and I walk on. So they'll, you know, keep the trail system going. But I don't know, with this S-curve down here and near the environmental park, I just don't feel like we need more. I just don't feel like we need more stuff going in. And what will happen is they'll put in a turn lane like they did for this neighborhood over here, and for a couple of months, because it seems to take forever to put in turn lanes, you know, traffic to Main Street back there will be disrupted, and we'll end up going through the neighborhood over here to the right. That's the shortcut to get up to South Park without, you know, it'll just drive more traffic through Carriage Heights again. And I don't know. I'm sure I've seen the plans for it. They're basically done. The town approves everything. I'm sure they're going to approve that too. The only positive is with the environmental park that land over there is set aside and won't be taken away from the deer and the other critters. But still, the land around town is shrinking. And then we hear about, God, what is it? Coyotes? Is that the critter we have around town? We hear about animals being displaced and it not being a good thing. And I don't know. I never really thought of myself as a tree hugger growing up, but I guess maybe I'm a tree hugger. It's shortly after 9, and I'm headed back up to the vet to pick up Morris. And I'm noticing more of my daffodils are opening. That's pretty. I'll have to try to come and enjoy them here in the next day or two. So unfortunately, Don and I are missing our walk, although there's a small chance we might try to fit it in before his 11 o'clock call, but probably not. Try to fit it in this afternoon. Unfortunately, Morris gave them quite a hard time And she thinks when I bring him back for his follow-up leukemia shot in a month, because I guess he didn't get vaccinated, or didn't get vaccinated with 2 doses last year, that she's probably going to have to give him a little gas anesthesia to knock him out to give him his shots, because he just wasn't handleable. Although we talked about putting him in the blue crate instead of the smaller blue crate instead of the large tan crate. The tan crate's easy for me to get him in. The blue crate is has a metal roof on it that they can open up while he's still in the crate. And it's possible somebody with gloves would be able to hold him down while she injected him and not have to give him anesthesia. But yeah, it was kind of a mess. I feel bad that they had such a hard time with him. I told her several times profusely that I appreciated her helping to keep me and Johnny and well Dawn safe by helping us vaccinate the cats in the yard properly. You know, she said, and I'm not disagreeing with her assessment that he's 100% feral, except that he will let me and Johnny rub his tummy, and he's come such a long way. It's just that he's not used to being picked up and going for car rides, and he was examined without his human present, which I'm sure may not have helped. And anyway, I just hate it that, you know, I really appreciate my vet. I'm not happy that they had a hard time with him. I'm upset for him that he was scared, and upset for them that they had to deal with him. Although he did have a rabies vaccine a year ago, so I don't think it was super risky for them. You know, he is a vaccinated kitty, but still. It just, you know, Gypsy and Smokey, if they continue to stay around, since they're totally feral and not touchable at all, they won't be going back to the vet for shots, because there's just not any way I'm going to be able to do that. I stopped and got them a dozen special Valentine's Day decorated, beautifully pretty donuts as a little thank you for dealing with Morris this morning. Marty's welcoming Morris home. Stripe's a little too scared to come near the crate. Poor Morris, he looks nothing short of traumatized. I'd like to let him out in a cat hotel and give him some time to calm down with his buddies, but then I'm afraid he'll never go in the cat hotel again. And so I guess I'm gonna let him out, and he's gonna run for the hills for a couple hours, go up by the fence, the other house where he goes. And where are you, Stripe? There you are. Can't you go say hi to Morris too? Tux isn't here right now. He's probably up the hill. Morris, you ready to come out? Do you want to come see your friend? Oh, you're looking a little better now. You know where you are. You're back home. Hi, Morris. All right, I'm going to open the kennel. You can come out. I knew he was going to do that. Stripe's trying to go up and make friends. Well, Morris ran pretty far up into the fence area. Bummer. I'm watching to see if I see. Nope, Morris kept going. He's gonna hide out for a while. Darn. Well, Johnny was worried he won't come back. I feel sure he'll come back between food and buddies and warmth. I think he'll be back. He just may not be back before nightfall. I've been so busy dealing with Morris this morning that I forgot to come feed poor Smokey. But it's not that late in the morning. Hi, Smoke. How are you? How are you, honey? Good morning. You've got your bowl covered up, but I'll uncover it. Hi, Smoke. I can do that too. Don't hiss at me. I'm not having the best morning. Not really much choice but to push the canned food down through the grate. He came at the crate twice and tried to take me out while I tried to get the little waterproof sheet thing out of the way. So I don't know. He's pretty much full of vim and vinegar this morning. I'm going to cover him back up and walk away. I'm sure he's going to devour that entire can. Normally I have Dawn stand there with me for moral support while I deal with one of the non-friendly cats in the crates, but I handled it, Donnie. I handled it. Hey, Donnie. We're out here and it's 60 something. We don't have on a jacket. It feels great. It's about 12:15. We got just enough time to get in our walk and me to get in Ruby and drive back downtown. Nothing like cutting things close. Don's doing this little experiment this week where he's eating his one meal a day for breakfast. And bacon and eggs or ham or sausage or whatever, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of salsa. So I made bacon while he was doing his conference call. And he's had eggs and bacon, and well, Don likes sardines. He had a can of sardines too. But he's experimenting with seeing what effect that has on his blood sugar. And trying to stop the morning, what do they call that? Peak. Dawn effect. Thank you. That's the fancy word. It seems to lower it by about 10 or 15 points if he eats early in the day and not late in the day. Only problem is I'm eating twice as much food and putting on weight while I'm helping him lower his blood sugar. Because I may have had, you can't cook bacon and eggs and not eat bacon and eggs. That's just not happening. And then I'll have to eat with Johnny tonight. And anyway, I'm just saying at the house, what was I doing? I was cooking bacon. That's all I was trying to say. So the woods here in front of us, and as we go around the curve up here, these are the woods where the church is going in, and their parking lot and their buildings. And as many of you know, we see deer over here all the time because they live up in those woods. And like I said, I have nothing against local churches and expansion and all that good stuff, but I don't approve of that spot. And there's nothing going to convince me otherwise about it. But we're around the corner now, and that way it looks back at the townhomes, back at the trail. But this woodland right here, again, where the church is wanting to go in. And I would just prefer to keep our park area not build up any more than it already is. I mean, right now we can see across to these houses, but no reason to believe that some growth won't occur in there and fill it back in, which would be nice to give those people more privacy and make the trail more natural. Yeah, down there on the end I see some orange tape, and then you probably can't see it, but over here I see another tree with some orange tape, and you know, they're pretty much going to come in here and maybe they'll leave 10 or 15 feet and attempt to have a tree saved. But that's going. And it's right here by the ball field, and it provides a little bit of shade for the spectators and a little bit of buffer between the kids and the rest of the world while they're playing. And I see a lot of southern magnolias in there, really pretty. This is our first time around. Don's still on his 11 a.m. conference call that hasn't ended yet. 65, sunny, clear skies, a beautiful afternoon for a drive. And Johnny's going to be happy because I'm on schedule to get there at 2:10. Alright, we're home. Time to do some chores. Johnny does have Taekwondo tonight. You know it's serious when Don's putting on his gloves, although if he was really worried, he'd have put on his welder's gloves and not these gloves. Yeah. I just set it on the floor. They got to be washed. Yeah. He has been
very upset.
Very upset. Sorry.
Like I said, he's...
Well, you know, we probably should have carried him with the towel on. Yeah. It's okay. He doesn't know what to strike if he can't see. We're going to let him go up the hill toward his spot. We won't see him for a while. Yeah. Couple days at least, probably. He's going to take off for the hill so fast it'll make our head spin. I'm sorry he didn't eat more of that food, but he could have. I mean, I assume he'd have ate it if he was hungry. That's far enough. He's gonna run so fast, it'll make your head spin. You wrong direction, Smokey. There you go. Bye. Come back and visit. There'll be food here for you.
Hell, he didn't even let up.
Goodness.
Top of the hill, baby.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see him again for food. Won't be petting on him. I didn't get super far, but I did start working on this, I forget what it's called, but it's like a jungle rescue center, a tree with medical equipment, scientific equipment, and you can see I've sort of got the base built over here. But it's taken a lot of these brown slopes that I don't have a whole lot more of, and so I'm seeing that they're even on upper floors, so I'm not sure exactly how far I'm going to get, but I'm going to keep on trying. Yeah, Johnny's got his first calculus exam tomorrow, so we're not going to do Taekwondo tonight, and I fully support that. Don went and did a landfill run for us guys. You saw Smokey get released, fixing to cook some dinner, and just gonna chill out tonight. We'd like to watch a couple battle bots, but it comes on pretty late. You know, we can skip some stuff and watch a couple of fights pretty quick, but we may not get to that tonight. Again, schoolwork's gotta come first.